small family moves to the country. Josh, his wife Rachel, and 6-year-old Max. They settle into a new house with wide fields and quiet skies. Josh talks excitedly about carving a mini golf spot in the backyard. Rachel loves the peace and darker nights. Max complains his room is smaller and smells odd. Josh opens the window, reassures him, and that night soothes Max with his favorite toy. Josh and Rachel plan decorations and grow close, until a sudden crash shatters a window and a car tire hurtles through the lounge. They run out to find a car wrecked against a tree on their lawn. The couple's bliss collapses into shock. At work the next day, Josh struggles to concentrate and learns an 18-year-old, Kyle, died in the crash. Office scenes hint at a past spat with VP Erickson, but Josh stays polite. After work, he collects Max. Rachel, a therapist, joins them. Josh suggests buying a second car. Rachel refuses. He shows her news that the driver was drunk. Rachel avoids the topic. Max plays where the crash happened. Rachel, unnerved, calls him inside. Tire marks and shards remain. Later, Josh watches a grieving family leave flowers and a cross. He observes from afar and then inspects the memorial, unsettled. He finds an obscured sharp bend on the road whose warning sign is hidden by overgrowth. A car struggles the turn. Josh concludes the curve likely caused the accident. Obsession sets in. Josh searches online for Kyle and watches his videos, haunted by how a life ended in an instant. At their housewarming, friends praise the move but learn Josh missed a promotion. Josh steers conversation to the crash, how the passenger lived, the driver died, and a memorial was placed. Guests grow uneasy. Rachel scolds him for bringing it up with Max present. He claims he read it online, but his tone is off. Later, Rachel urges therapy. He resists and they argue. Josh clears the bushes to reveal the hidden warning sign, hoping to prevent more crashes. He watches the bend at dusk, lost in thought. Days later, he takes Rachel and Max to an amusement park to reboot family life. Small joys follow, but horror returns when a collision outside their home throws their night into chaos. 2 cars crash, 1 flees. Josh rushes to help an injured driver who dies before aid arrives. His phone shows the name Alicia. Josh secretly pockets the phone. Rachel is shaken and wants to leave, but Josh insists on installing guardrails. This is their dream home. At work, Josh plugs the dead man's phone into his PC and finds golf photos and videos. He attends the funeral anonymously, meets the daughter Alicia, lies that he knew her father, and tells her he's David. Guilt drives him to a first aid class. He orders a CPR dummy and trains obsessively. His job suffers. Complaints pile up and his boss warns him to improve. Rachel discovers Max pulling out his hair and, alarmed, takes him to a psychiatrist who links the accidents to the child's stress and advises guardrails. Josh proposes remote work. Rachel wants to sell the house. They clash. One day, Josh follows a speeding fire truck and finds a fresh crash. A man receives CPR nearby and Josh watches too close. A reporter learns he lives across the road and interviews him. Then Josh notices Max missing. They find Max near the wreck. Rachel's disappointment is palpable. Therapy follows. Josh claims Rachel's decisions cost a life. The therapist counters that his beliefs are unrealistic and urges him to focus on Max. Josh is fired for poor performance. He hides the job loss and stays home to practice on the dummy, sabotaging viewings by scaring off buyers with tales of danger. Max's therapist later reports improvement, but Rachel learns Josh cost the sale by frightening buyers and discovers he lost his job. She finds the CPR mannequin packed in his suitcase and, fearing his obsession, leaves with Max and files for divorce and primary custody. Josh, stunned, vows to fight for Max. His lawyer advises selling the house to strengthen his case. Reluctantly, Josh sells the house cheaply, concealing the true reason by citing divorce. He learns Rachel is dating someone else and struggles to move on. While loading a truck in rain, he slips and realizes wet roads breed accidents. A dark wish to be a rescuer wells up. He prepares a first aid kit, turns off lights, and waits for an accident. Hours pass. He pours water on the road and removes the safety sign to provoke one, then falls asleep exhausted. A loud crash wakes him. A woman's car has flipped. Believing this is his chance to save a life, Josh races out, fights to free the injured driver, and attempts CPR. The crowd gathers. A bus stops. For a long time, she shows no signs of breathing, and Josh breaks down, thinking he's failed yet again. Then she gasps a revival. Paramedics arrive and praise his efforts. Josh accepts the crowd's gratitude with a relieved, proud smile. The final beat shows Josh's rescue obsession. The film asks whether a need to be heroic can consume a life, and ends on that ambiguous rescue moment.